Hey, what's up guys? So I'm here with Andy Lewis today. We're doing some work on my car. He's helping me, he's doing the anti-intrusion bars on my car and a seat that I tried to do myself and it just wasn't quite right. So he's getting that sorted out. He's all up in it, doing the fun stuff. But I'm gonna let you guys know how that goes and show you how it's done. So Andy is making the base plates that he's going to weld to the firewall so that the anti-intrusion bars have somewhere to attach to on the firewall. Alright, Andy's getting some bars set up in here. I just got to get it tacked in place.
I don't know what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
It's hot enough.
So Andy just finished one of the anti-intrusion bars, and hang on, it's not, there we go, flip it. Yeah, anyway, show them how that lays up in there. Just snaps in. Yep. So that's one down. That'll just, I don't know if he's gonna make the other one and then weld both of them in or what. I mean, he's probably just gonna finish that one. I'm gonna keep working on the suspension. I gotta do the front and rear, get them all dialed in the way I want the dampening set up and stuff. Get the alignment, and then at Drift Day 9 I'll do some testing and see how much I like it. These springs that I put on here are 2 or 3 inches taller than the other springs, and so I'm not sure if I can get the ride height that I want with such a tall spring. At least right now. We'll see it with the weight in the car, because these springs are so soft that they're actually gonna compress a little bit with the car on the ground, whereas like a 6K or 8K or anything higher than that will usually support the car. These springs should sag a little bit, and you know, we'll just have to kind of fiddle with it. Oh, I'm gonna have to edit out me saying fiddle. We're gonna have to mess with it to get the ride height correct, because those springs are gonna sag a little bit. Yeah, we'll just see how it feels. So far, these Prime coilovers seem all right. I've never had Prime. I've had Fortune Auto. These are like their what would we say? Their budget brand, I guess.
I guess.
I think it's their budget brand, but
Cheap shit.
yeah, we're gonna see. We'll see how they go. So right now what I'm trying to do is get this transmission crossmember to work. I bought a polyurethane transbushing to replace this, which was kind of oil soaked and really worn out. So there's the new one. And it sits a little bit further back,
Nice.
which I think it would fit perfectly, but I'm using an adapter plate, which is probably 3/4 of an inch or 1/2 an inch, and that 1/2 an inch is putting my bolts right here and right here, or right here and right here, whatever. And instead of drilling out these supports in the middle, I would rather just weld this back a little bit and then reinforce it. So that it lines up all nice. So what I'm doing is I cut it off, and then you can see I kind of cut it at or grinded it at an angle so I can get like a good penetration with the weld, because this is really thick stuff, and that should work out. So I'll let you know when I get a little further. So what I'm doing is the guy that had this before me had the lock rings removed so he could go really low with the car. The thing is that he still had room to have the lock collars in here, because he had it about like this, you know, finger width. So he had enough room to keep the lock collars. So what was happening is this whole assembly was shifting up and down. It wasn't staying in place. So I had to order these from Fortune Auto. And then these springs right here are from my Neo Motorsports coilovers, and those are 4kg springs, or 4K springs. And they just make the car want to squat a little bit more, transfer weight onto the rear wheels for more grip. I wouldn't say that's necessary until you have a higher horsepower car, maybe north of 400. You might get too much grip to where you can't actually drift. But this setup has worked great for me. This is what I was running on the S14. Then you have all that adjustable suspension, which I'm going to get kind of dialed close enough before I go to the alignment rack. And you can see the dual caliper setup. So I'll be right back when I get a little further, alright? Alright, the chassis is now legal for Pro-Am and Turismo and anybody else.
Well, the cage. The
cage, yes. So the cage is now legal for MDU, most Pro-Ams, I think all Pro-Ams actually, and like Turismo and all that stuff. But yeah, check it out. You know, I'm gonna paint it up, clean it up a little bit, put the carpet back down. We'll be good to go. I got the collars on the coilovers on this side, and do some more adjusting. And then as soon as Andy gets done welding, I will use the welder to finish up the transmission bracket, and we'll be good to go. Alright, so it is the next day. Andy is all finished up. We got the seat in here. Feels good for me. I'm pretty tall. Man, I don't know if you're over 6'1", 240 probably isn't the best chassis for you. But got that all done up to spec and everything. I got the rear suspension back on. And this side is a bit high. I'm going to have to dial that out. My front wheels didn't show up. I'm running the same style wheel up front, just in a 17x9. I don't really like running an 18 on the front of a S13. You really can't get away with it on a S14 either. I had a lot of problems with clearancing everything up there to make an 18 fit. It's not really worth the work. The 17 is going to fit a lot better up there. See, this side's probably a little bit too low. Maybe that's just right. We'll see how it feels. But yeah. Hope you guys learned something. Just a little insight into my car. I'm gonna do a little more in-depth videos. We just needed to bang that out real quick. I think we're good. Just cleaned up the garage. Don't forget, March 9th is Drift Day 8. This car will be there. And we're also going to be doing a bunch of interviews with drivers leading up to it for drivers that are pre-registered. So look forward to that. Alright, see you guys.